Hello and welcome to the AfroLeague round 16 for the South Korean race. I'm starting in 4th from the grid and a couple of people had penalties. I did a lot of driving and qualifying, so my tyres are probably more worn than others, especially the guys that didn't qualify. For the start I'm going to use a little bit of curves to get alongside Nathan. Nathan could have turned in a little earlier, looks like he might have locked up a bit, so I pushed Alex wide. I want to make sure he gets the position back. I'll use a bit of my curves up. I think Alex has used all of his curves there, he's gotten alongside. So I don't have to give the position back to him, since he's done it for himself. Braking nice and carefully, I get the inside as some people are going wide. Using the last of my curves. The driver in the lead is weaving, maybe warming his tyres up. Sticking around the outside, getting a bit of understeer, maybe I'm in the dirty air of Nathan. There's Boss coming in pretty close, and Nathan gets a teleport, so there was a collision there that I couldn't see from my view, maybe a bad connection. So after that chaos I'm back up into 4th position, and now we're getting into the corners that my car is going to struggle with a bit of understeer. Right there, it just doesn't want to turn in. So Boss easily gets alongside and he makes a move there, right up close to me on the outside. And again I'm going to struggle a tiny bit with a bit of understeer. And I get onto the curb and that causes a spin and I cannot save it, which is extremely frustrating. I have to reverse out. It looked to me like it was a classic Codemaster spiral spin, where the only way of getting out of it was to lock the brakes up. But I can't really feel the brakes on this game, so I use ABS. So that was a shame. Now skipping the video ahead. I decided to pit early, just get on a fresh tyre, as my last one was so worn I just felt like anything that gave it grip loss would just spin the car out. And I'd rather be on this tyre to the end than have to run a very worn tyre to the middle of the race. So there's not much for me to do now. In last position, trying to chase down Nathan. And now Alex has taken the 7th position as the two Ferraris are fighting. Skipping ahead to lap 11, and I'm about 5 seconds behind Alex with 3 laps to go. So I think my only chance is to switch the brake bias to the rear to try and swing the car into the corners to gain some time. Going over the line to lap 12. I'm 3.5 seconds behind him, so I'm getting a bit closer. So now I'm going to try and bring the car in and swing it round, braking late, and it doesn't work at all. I get into another spiral spin that just doesn't stop until you get really slow. So I put the brakes back into neutral and I've pretty much given up. My tyres are very worn by now. The car's still understeering. I have to drive very slowly, especially if I want to try and stay on the track. I had a bit of fuel left over and I couldn't really burn it off through the corners, as my car was just spinning out. So I tried to burn it through the straights, putting the engine up to mix 3, especially on the long straight, and then turning it back down for the corner. And then I just let it go to mix 3, thinking I had absolutely nothing to lose. This was my last race for the AfroLeague, as I was getting frustrated at people not taking it seriously. I'd written the rules and people were constantly cutting corners, so it wasn't a fair competition. I wasn't going to keep doing the work on the site in that case. I could have cut corners too, but after writing the rules I didn't want to ignore them myself. I wish those people the best. I hope they at least understand what I was trying to do if they didn't agree with it. I've had a serious league in the 2010 game, so I know it's possible for the 2012 game, but it just wasn't to be for the AfroLeague. I hope you enjoyed watching the videos and seeing my driving style. I hope the commentary was interesting. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Alex for running the league. I'll join another league at some point and still make one-off videos, so I'll see you on the next one.